Hi, for this tutorial, we'll begin with signing up. Enter the name, role, company, and hit next, followed by entering our email, setting up a password, confirming the same password, and then clicking on sign up. As we click on sign up, an OTP is sent to the same email ID we signed up with. We can now create a new project. To create a new project, enter a project name. Select from object detection and image recognition. Enter metadata.
Select images for the project. And click on create. We have successfully created a project. You will observe there are two side menus, one on the right and one on the left. The one on the left will have all the images and the ability to move the images to the following labels. All will contain all the images that we have uploaded in this project. Unannotated images will be the ones that are not annotated yet. As soon as they are annotated, they move to annotated. Similarly reviewed, re-evaluated, and finally, when an image is done, it moves to done. You can collapse these menus to have a bigger, better working space. On the right-hand menu, you have the tools to annotate the image. So let us try and begin annotating our image. Begin annotating with the polygon tool. Zoom in to the image. Select the kernel you want to annotate. After adding the annotation, we can click on select labels. You can see the labels are empty here, so you can add the labels. You can change the color of the label that you have just assigned. Now you can go back to selecting that label and select the label that you have just created. Any more annotations you create will have the following similar label. Moving on to our second image, we will annotate this strawberry. We can edit labels from right here in the actions as well. Create one more label that will be called strawberry. Change the color for it. Accept. You can now change the label to strawberry. Both the images that are annotated have now moved to the annotated segment. You can use the rectangle tool to annotate any rectangular object. Select either of these labels or edit and add a new label to it. Select the label and done. You can go to the actions and import more images. Click and upload images from your computer. Click on load and the image will be incorporated to your device, to your project. While creating a polygon annotation, you can click and create these single nodes, but the moment you enter backspace or delete, each node one by one gets deleted. You can complete the annotation, right click and access these three quick menus. You can delete this annotation, edit the label for it, or change the label. Let's change the label to mango. You can delete the annotation like so. You can go to a polygon annotation and click on delete. Now looking at these labels on the left hand side, right now we are in the all image section. When we go to annotated images, the two images that we have already annotated will appear here. You have the checkbox to click on these checkbox and change the status of the images manually to review, reevaluate and done. When you want an image to be reviewed, you can go to this section, reevaluate it, and finally when it's done, it goes to done. Let's set these images to done. The changes have been made successfully. We can now go to done and check if those images have been, the images that we changed the status for are now successfully appearing in the done section. We can now check the unannotated images. The two images left are under the unannotated section now. You can click on actions, import annotations. You can click on the annotation type and you get a drop or a select item box here where you can drop a JSON file or any other acceptable file formats and then click on import. You can also export annotations in a similar manner. You can click the kind of annotation you want to export and you can export these annotations in the following three formats, that is a .zip package, single CSV file and a JSON file. You can go to actions and manage members as well. You can invite people via their email, give them a role and send the invite. You can also edit the labels that you've created and create more labels, as we already discussed, through actions. You can choose point, zoom in, select a point and annotate it. You can close both these panels to have a bigger area to work with. You can have a crosshair selection tool instead of the pointer. You can go back to the pointer just by clicking on this icon. If you have zoomed in, you can pan using the hand icon within the image. You can go back to the original size of the image by clicking on this third icon, and you can turn the light mode on. You can get your panels back by clicking at the bottom expand icon. You can see the number of images mentioned here in this section.